feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Brian Giles with Brian Giles MTG. And hoo-ha, we're back with more Innastrad Remastered spoilers. Starting our list off today, we have a big guy in Hullbreaker Horror. So 2 blue and 5 for a 7/8 Kraken Horror with Flash that can't be countered. When you cast a spell, choose up to 1. Return target spell to its owner's you don't control to its owner's hand. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. I like this full art version of it. We didn't get it in the other Innistrad sets. This is very, very cool. Then we have Conjurer's Closet, a welcome edition. Haven't seen this in a bit. 5 mana for an artifact that reads at the beginning of your end step. Exile target creature you control. Turn to the battlefield. Then return to the battlefield under your control. So, permanent blank mechanics. Good for all your ETBs and stuff. Hoo-ha. Then we have Heartless Summoning. Nice little enchantment for a black and 1. Creatures spells you cast cost 2 less to cast, but creatures you control get -1/-1. Next up, we have a full art version of Cultivator Colossus. Now, we didn't get any special versions of Cultivator Colossus other than the double feature silver screen version. So this full art version I really, really like. 3 green and 4 for a star plant beast with trample. Power and toughness equals the number of lands you control. When this creature enters, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. If you do, draw a card and repeat this process. So, hoo-ha. Geese and Giraffe, yet another banger include. For a blue, black, and 2, you get a 4/4 legendary human wizard. When they enter, you mill 4 cards, and once during each of your turns, you may cast a zombie creature spell from your graveyard. So this is a definite include in your blue-black zombie builds. Hoo-haw. And I wasn't surprised to see this because we were dealing with zombies. But in the retro frame, chef's kiss there. Necro Duality. A blue and 3 for an enchantment that reads whenever a non-token zombie you control enters, create a token that's a copy of that creature. Next up, we have Soul Separator. I don't know what set this comes from, but damn. It's 3 mana for an artifact that reads, sacrifice this artifact and exile target creature card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 1/1. It's a spirit in addition to its other types. and has flying. Create a black zombie creature token with power and toughness equal to that creature's power and toughness. Hoo-ha, you get a 1/1 zombie, and you get a 1/1 spirit copy and a zombie that's got power and toughness equal to the creature's power and toughness. Vanquish the Hordes. One of the best removals to come out of the last Innastrad block. So it appears really expensive at a beefy 2 white and 6, but it costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield and destroy all creatures. Somber Walled Sage. This card is insane for an uncommon. Why people don't have this in their commander decks is beyond me. Possibly because it hasn't been reprinted. This might be one of the sleeper uncommons of the set. And it comes in a retro frame at 2 green and 2 for a 0/1 human druid, and tap it to add 3 mana of any one color. Spend it only to cast creature spells. Yeah, if I'm playing a creature-centric deck in green, or a commander thing that has any green in it, this would be an automatic include in my deck. This is like a freaking Lotus. In a standard or modern format, having 4 of these? Dude, you can just cast stuff at will. Cast your creatures at will. We were just talking about the Cultivated Colossus, which is 3 green and 4. This could take care of your 3 green. You just have to pay 4. Now here's Tree of Perdition. We were expecting this card would be printed in the deck because of some other cards that were featured in the first video. So it's black and 3 for a 0/13 plant with Defender. Tap it to exchange target opponent's life total with this creature's toughness. Metallic Mimic. 2 mana for a 2/1 artifact creature shapeshifter. As it enters, choose a creature type. This creature is a chosen type in addition to its other types. Each other creature you control of the chosen type enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. This is definitely a great card for a limited play. Hoo-ha. But also works very, very well in any kind of tribal format. Here's Cryptolith Rite, another mana fixer that hasn't been reprinted hardly at all. So a green and 1 for an enchantment that reads, creatures you control have tap to add 1 mana of any color. Rooftop Storm. Because a blue and 5 for an enchantment that reads, you may pay 0 rather than pay the mana cost for zombie creature spells you cast. Because who doesn't want to cast free spells? Hoo-ha. And it has this nice full art frame to it. Eldritch Evolution, another card that hasn't been reprinted in a while, that is absolutely banger, coming in a retro frame for 2 green and 1. You get a sorcery that says an additional cost to cast the spell, sacrifice a creature. Search your library for a creature with mana value X or less, where X is 2 plus the sacrifice creature's mana value. Put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Exile Eldritch Evolution. So, hoo-ha. Next up, we have Sigarda, Host of Herons. A green, 2 white, and 2 for a 5/5 legendary angel, flying and hexproof. Spells and abilities your opponent's control can't cause you to sacrifice permanents. Now there's some interesting protection for you. I like this version of Sigarda. It's got self-protection and helps you from those nasty things that force you to sacrifice your creatures. We're looking at you, Shieldred's Edict. Next up is Odric Lunarch Marshal, also known as Everything Everywhere All at Once Odric. A white and 3 for a 3/3 legendary human soldier. Beginning of each combat, creatures you control gain first strike until end of turn. If a creature you control has first strike. Same is true for flying, death touch, double strike, haste, hexproof, indestructible, lifelink, menace, reach, skulk, trample, and vigilance. They also call Odric the Sliver King, because it gives you the ability. If one creature has it, all the creatures have it. Hoo-ha. Lisa, Forgotten Archangel. 2 white and a black and 2 for a 4/5 legendary angel with flying and lifelink. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, return that card to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. The creature an opponent controls will die, exile it instead. This angel is absolutely banger, and it comes in this nifty retro frame. Cathar's Crusade. Not surprised to see this card. Comes in as this nice retro frame for 2 white and 3 for enchantment that reads, whenever a creature you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Great for your Wii decks to beef them up. Then we have Chandra, Dress to Kill. 2 red and 1 for a 3 loyalty legendary planeswalker Chandra. A +1 loyalty. You can add a red and she deals 1 damage to 1 target player or planeswalker. Or it can spend another plus loyalty. Exile the top card of your library. If it's red, you can play it this turn. -7 loyalty. Exile the top 5 cards of your library. You can cast red spells from among them this turn. You get an emblem whenever you cast a red spell. This emblem deals X damage to any target, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. This is still a staple in a lot of Red Deck Wins decks, so hoo-ha. Ambitious Farmhand, another mana fixer card for a white and 1. You get a 1/1 human peasant. And when it enters, you can search your library for basic plains cards, purge your hand, and shuffle. For 2 white and 1, transform this creature only if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers. Becomes Seasoned Cathar, a 3/3 human knight with lifelink. Angelic Purge, a white and 2 for a sorcerer that reads, an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a permanent. Exile target artifact, creature, or enchantment. Hoo-ha! Because exiling is cooler. We got Apothecary Geist, a white and 3 for a 2/3 spirit with flying. When it enters, if you control another spirit, gain 3 life. Okay, so we're doing the whole spirit thing. Excuse me. Abyssinian Priest. White and 1 for a 1/2 human cleric. Pay 1, tap target non-human creature. Bound by Moonsilver. White and 2 for an enchantment aura. Enchanted creature can attack, block, or transform. Sacrifice another permanent. Attach this aura to target creature. Activate only as a sorcery and only once each turn. So you can actually move this. You can actually move this around. Hoo-ha. Cathar Commando. Out of Midnight Hunt, this is one of the most used cards out of that in terms of destroying target artifacts and enchantment in white. So a white and 1 for a 3/1 human soldier with flash. Pay 1 and sacrifice this creature to destroy target artifact or enchantment. Flashing it in to be a chump blocker, or flashing it in when somebody puts down something a little nasty, enchantment or artifact, and sacrificing it right away. Hey, this thing, is absolutely cool. Hoo-ha. Cathar's Call. White and 2 for a enchantment aura that reads enchant creature. Enchanted creature has vigilance. At the beginning of your end step, create a 1/1 white creature, white human creature token. That's kind kind of nasty, when you pair that with Cathar's Crusade. And there's Cathar's Crusade in a poster version. Hoo-ha. Crusader of Audric. It's white and 2 for a star human soldier. Power and trust is equal to the number of creatures you control. Again, looking at white weenies right now. We have Dauntless Cathar, a white and 2 for a 3/2 human soldier. You can pay a white and 1 and exile this card from your graveyard. Create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Activate only as a sorcery. Hoo-ha! Drogskull Shield Mate. White and 2 for a 2/3 spirit soldier with flash. This creature enters, creatures you control get +0/+1 till end of turn. Instant Chump Blocker. That's always going to be fun, especially limited. We have Faith Unbroken. White and 3 for a gem aura that reads enchant a creature you control. When this aura enters, exile target creature and opponent controls till this aura leaves the battlefield. The enchanted creature gets +2/+2. So an imprison effect and a +2/+2 for 4 mana. I'm not gonna even argue with that. Fiend Hunter. 2 white and 2 for a 1/3 human cleric. This creature enters, you may exile another target creature. When this creature leaves the battlefield, return exile card to battlefield under its owner's control. So, yet another imprison type of effect. Hoo-ha! Gather the Townsfolk. So, a white and 1 for sorcerer raids, create 2 1/1 white human creature tokens. And that's Fateful Hour. If you have 5 or less life, create 5 of these tokens instead. Ew. White weenies? Sure. We have Griff's Boon. So a white mana for an enchantment aura, enchanted creature gets +1/+0 to has flying. Pay a white and 3 to return this card from the graveyard to the battlefield attached to target creature, and you can activate only as a sorcery. So, hoo-ha. Guardian of Pilgrims, a white and 1 for a 2/2 Spirit Cleric. When this creature enters, target creature gets +1/+1 till end of turn. Hopeful Initiate, another card that saw a lot of use during the Innistrad block. White mana for a 1/2 human warlock with training. Which means that when it attacks with a creature with greater power, it gets a +1/+1 counter. And you can remove, for a white and 2, you can remove 2 +1/+1 counters from among creatures you control to destroy target artifact or enchantment. So, hoo-ha. Inspiring Captain. White and 3 for a 3/3 human knight. When enters, creatures you control get +1/+1 till end of turn. Hoo-ha. Intangible Virtue. A white and 1 for an enchantment that reads, creature tokens you control get +1/+1 and have vigilance. Oh, a little anthem with some vigilance going on. Your white weenies will love this. Lunarch Mantle. A white and 1 for enchantment aura. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2. It has pay 1 and sacrifice a permanent. This creature gains flying till end of turn. Lunarch Veteran. Love to see it here. Again, another staple out of the last Innistrad block that really saw a lot of use. So white mana for a 1/1 human cleric. Whenever another creature you control enters, gain 1 life. You can disturb for a white and 1, which means when it's in your graveyard, you can cast it for the disturb cost. And it becomes Luminous Phantom, which is a 1/1 flying spirit cleric. Whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield, gain a life. If Luminous Phantom would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. Okay, we're going to stop there because we're at 26 minutes. We'll see you on the next video.